Dreams are there for everyone. Just reach out and take hold of yours, and if you don't, you realize it's a mistake. Explore the mind and then decide. Don't run away, keep your dreams alive. Reach for your dream. No one said the road would be easy. This I know, please believe me. Reach for your dream. Reach for your
Well, people, ladies and gentlemen, this is darn right criminal activity against mankind. This is just the eastern sector. They're blocking the sunlight again. You can see the sun shield around it. Unless that's Hercubus. You can see it plain as day. They're going all hell to block it again today. So it must be visible. Look at the plume. Railers everywhere, all kinds of rails. They got it completely domed. Look at these rails. It's just the eastern sector. As that sun comes up, they're blocking it all the way. You can see the shield. You can see the rainbow. That's why they're out there blocking it. Look at the railings. Look at the thick rails. My God, everywhere. Look at this. Southern sector, railage. And I'm not even in the great wide open. Look at over here. As we head into that western sector, over by the mountain, look how they got this railed up. It's a sloppy grid too. Look how sloppy they got. Look, you can see the A back in there. They got a nice grid formation there. Just rails everywhere. Look what these guys have done. Again, but oh my God. Unsymmetrical plumage at best. The whole sky will be plumed. Our blue sky almost completely gone. Look at this crap. And this guy said they gotta block that sunlight for some reason. They're blocking it. I just stepped outside. It's only about 8:30 a.m. and the skies are completely filled with plume. Again, no media coverage. We're going to start calling them out. Cottonwood Journal, Verde Independent, no coverage. It's to the point where we don't care anymore. We're calling everybody out. This has got to stop. Look at this sky. Full of plume. Full of plume. You can see the ring. People think it's a halo. And it is a halo. But they think it's a sundog, which it's not. Keep looking up there, you'll see. Over here, look at the expulsion of those rails. That's just one. We are completely railed up pretty damn good. Look at that. Here comes another one out of the pipe. Look at this. They're just not going to stop railing it up. To rail this much this early, they got to be hiding that sun. It's all coming out of that eastern. They got the western sector all prepared as well. There's so many hidden agendas to this program. But how much more of these people are they going to take of this? Just look at the railage. Just this alone should make you just want to scream and ask for explanations for all of this. It's almost 10:30. They're still spraying it up like mad dogs. Look at this guy, he turned his rail. Look how he turned that. Okay, coming up straight. Yeah, well, I decided to turn the rail. That way I can meet up with these other guys and just blow more plume in their face. This is what it's come to, people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put up a fight. I'm going to send this video to the local newspapers and see what they have to say. I'm sure they'll just discard it. As we know, they take the oath to cover it up. There's a national gag order on all the meteorologists, newspapers, everybody, so we know what's going on. Look at these rails. Oh boy, the whole sky is just railed up like there's no tomorrow. And they got cloudoids sitting back there in that northern sector. So who knows what's going to happen later. My guess is as good as yours. But you can just about figure out what they're going to do. Look at this guy back here railing it up. They're coming at all angles. But mostly it seems they're coming east and west, west-east. Look at this configuration. Look how he spun that rail. Come on. Oh, you local newspapers, man. I'll tell you what, we're going to hold you accountable. Once this all comes out and you hide the fact that this is going on, this is front page news. Almost every day they should say, look what they're doing to our skies. They're poisoning us. And yet nothing is said. Because the national gag order, their people are more worried about their jobs, their livelihood. They don't even care about their children because otherwise they would care. Look at this. Just look at this menagerie of chemtrail plume. And this guy's going right over the existing rail. As if the one rail wasn't enough, he had to spray right over top of the existing plume. I just want to cry sometimes. Look at X marks the spot. They got it all. It's a sloppy grid. It's just spraying. All they're doing is spraying. Here's where that guy turned that rail. He's the guy that's spinning inside the existing rail. I'm going to jog up at the sun here. We're always going to keep looking. Once it gets to about the midpoint, it's hard to see what's behind there. Anyway, southern sector, western sector, they're going to get that. Oh, look at this. Crossing the grid. Oh, it don't get any more perfect than that. See if I can reel him in. And there he goes. See, crossed the rail there. Just going to keep adding to the mix. He's actually going north and south. And then you can see over here how it's all dispersing into wisps. It's only 10:30. Here's a picture of the Cottonwood Journal. And this isn't to judge the Journal. We already know about the federal gag order. It's just the people don't understand this. You would think on the front page, what do we got here? Pros and cons of Prop 123. Well, that's good. We know the Prop 123 is a no-no. Anybody that votes for that, well, they haven't done the research. We got over here, MUHS ranked amongst the best high schools. Well, that's fine and dandy. And city raising tobacco age to 21. Who voted on that? But still, front page news, nothing on the chemtrail activity, that we're getting poisoned to death, and yet nothing's happening. This is the #1 cause of the drought, period. This weather modification has to stop before we're all dead and poisoned. Now here's the Verde Independent, a May 8th edition. Again, you got some nice articles here. This isn't too, bad-mouth the newspaper, but we already know about the federal gag order. And as far as we're concerned, the #1 immediate problem is the geoengineering. And there's nothing ever talked about in any of these papers. Well, now it's about, let's see, 10:45? And we got this rail coming across the sky. Here we have it, folks. Global dimming at your finest. There's nothing but rails everywhere in our sky. Look at how they've got it already white. They already got the grid built. You can see it all come together. Look at these rails. All the way down the horizon. Look at this major pollution here. Look at that. Ha 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 ha. It's time this federal gag order gets lifted. Look how this guy turned the rail again. Look at that. Just to make sure that grid is built. Well, you got a line there. Got a couple of lines in there. It's just pathetic. Criminal, diabolical. 11 o'clock, look at the grid work. Look at this grid work. Double grids, now they're really getting the grid to look pretty good. Look at that. Look at this guy blowing the rail. Gonna double grid it. Look at the nasty in our sky. Just a word of advice to the people who are covering this up. Refuse to accept this. You're all gonna be part of the crime. The big cover up. That guy just blew off his plume. See that? Look at over here. It's just downright non-stop railage. Gotta ask yourself, how much more do you want to breathe this? Doesn't take a genius to figure out what they're doing. They're really railing it up. Look at these side-by-side rails. The whole thing is just full. There is no, it's just side by side by side by side. Cloud oil still coming up the pipe. It's really, really sad. Look at what this guy did. Now we got a shadow rail. As he blows through that existing plume. On and off, on and off. There's the rest of his rail up in there. But look at that grid. If you can't see that by now, my God, there is something wrong. And yet nobody complains about any of this. Except us, the people who are aware of it and want it to stop. All right, I'm all set to get my workout in, but they're still just railing it up like today's the last day. And they got to get rid of all the plume. Look how nasty. Wow. You can see the cross grid from the rail on the side there. See it over there? My God, look at this. Just look at all of this. Just super criminal activity. Up here, we're gonna look at this. Oh my God. X marks the spot. We got another rail going this way. Oh, wow. Almost a collision. Did you see that? Almost a collision between the two plumes. They're just gonna keep on railing it up and railing up. Look, he's right in his side of his plume. Oh my God. Look at that. He's right inside the plume the guy just left. This is incredible footage. Incredible footage. Look at that son of a bitch go. You can't even see where he's at. Sun's so bright, he's in there. Nonetheless, spraying the plume, double rails right over top each other. My God, look at this. I'm on my way to the gym on my bike with respirator on my face. Caught this guy railing it up. Look at the grid being built over here. God dang, this is really nasty today. Like I said before, I'm sending this to the local newspaper to see why are they not covering this? Nasty plume. Right on a corner. I haven't even gone a block yet from my house, and look at this. Oh yeah. Just get a look at this. Isn't that something? Let me put it back up there. Let me back it off. Oh my gosh, no wonder they're railing it up. Look at this guy going like a bat out of hell. They knew. They knew. That's that outer rim right you're seeing there is not a rainbow of moisture and crap, man. No. Come on, there's nothing up there. Look at. There could slightly be some reaction to the chemtrail, but that looks like the border of Hercules. Oh man, with the light refracting. No wonder they're spraying the hell out of the sky right now. It all makes sense when you figure it out. Despite killing us, blocking the vitamin D3, worshiping the devil, and blocking the planets from our view. Because once people find out that NASA has been lying to us for our whole lives, well, what do you think the people are going to do? Well, we know the fluoride heads are going to say, well, it ain't killed me yet. This is what it's gotten to. But look at that. Isn't that incredible? Wow. I don't know how this is gonna look because it's so bright. It's kind of a crapshoot. All I'm seeing is just blur, so hopefully this comes out. Wow! The railing continues. Got that guy there. And you got another guy over here, looks like a red bad boy. See if I can zoom in on his plume. It's so hard to see, but you can see over here the ring. That's either the sunblocker or that's Hercubus. Now I don't know if you can see the red bad boy or not. I don't know. It's so bright out here. But in any event, you see, look at this. Look at this plumage. If that isn't enough to scare the living daylights out of you, I don't know what does. Okay? Just look at this. Here's another one of the rings. See? And that's, look at, and that's right where he's headed. Why would he do that? These are questions I need answered. And who are you going to go to get the answers? That looks like a shadow rail right next to it as well. Huh? Yeah, maybe I'm just seeing things, I don't know. But just look what they've done. Global dimming at its finest. And then you got cloudoids coming up the pipe. Oh man. When this all hits, and then in addition to the cell towers, oh man, we're cooked. Looking up in that southern sector, you can now see the ring. That's either the sunblocker or it's Hercubus. And then possibly in addition to the chemtrail reflection off the plume. But look at what we got here. Right heading to the vicinity where the rainbow is. Now why would they do that? Ask yourself that. Why would they do that? Look at that plumage. We gotta have answers. He's heading right for that rainbow. They don't want you to see that. They don't want you to see that friggin' rainbow as it goes in there to spray to cover it up. And look at the size of that rail. We're gonna come back to that in just a second, show you the rest of it, what's happening there. You can see the Christmas tree bulb effect inside that plume already. Can you see it in that major rail? So you got plume inside a plume. And over here, over the mountain where the cell tower array is, you can see they lightly frequencized it to get it into wisps, little fins-like wisps, not wisps, but fins-like wisps. That can only happen with cell tower intervention. Look at back here. What do you see? More railage. The whole sky is completely covered. Look at this. And the cloudoids are coming down the pipe. It's now a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I finished my workout and I'm looking into that kind of western, southwestern sector where the edge of the rainbow is. Look how they got it finned. Right over the mountain range. You can see it. They've got the finned work. Rails everywhere. Connecting rails. They've got, they're just zapping the cell towers to get a little wave in the fins there. You can see that. Look at that. We got a rail job. They're re-railing it now. About 2 o'clock. Still railing. Cloudoids have moved in. Just caught this rail just seconds later. They're really railing it up. He's inside that plume. And here he comes out of it. They're gonna do whatever they can to keep up the spraying. Look at this bomb, how it's all finned and wisped. Look how they got this finned. All they need is short impulses off the HARP device into the cell tower array, into the cloudoids, and into the wisps, and you get that. Look at the orange peel. That's what we call orange peel. Both ends are orange peeled. Peeling off at the ends. My God. Got another railer out in the west. A little fast on the trigger. Like I said, the cloudoids moved in. A lot of chemtrail wisps already dispersing. We got finned orange peel about 2:30 in the afternoon. The orange peel has now started to thin. There's only one way that can happen. Look at the grid. He railed it there. He railed it there. And look at that massive rail. This is where they put a couple of rails through there. Wow. But that fin work on the edge of that is wild. After the whole most of the day of the spraying, they're still out here spraying. Can't seem to reel this guy in. There he is. Let me show you what's going on in the rest of the sky. Look at that, they got the soot over top of the cloudoids. Got that all set up. Over here, cloudoids. Hole in the grid, pretty good size. And they laid off the spraying for now. I mean, that notorious spraying. The railing continues. Here's that spot between the trees again where always something is happening. And we got a railer slugging up that western sector. That's not all. The cloudoids have moved in a perfect section in that western sector to block that sunset. In the meantime, we got this guy here who blew this rail, and then he just left it. It almost looks like he did it purposely on the edge of this. Coincidence? Perhaps. I'd have to say it's getting close to 4 o'clock. Caught this railer here coming from out of the east, southeast perhaps, and into the western sector. Look how he's just filling in the holes in that grid. You know where he's headed to. He's heading into that western sector to block that sunset. I think tonight's going to be a good night. If they don't block it all, we should be able to see something. Oh yeah. I just stepped outside, and I usually find a railer or two, but look at this. Look at this rail. It's only a little partial, but it's already thinned. Look at that, it's thinned. A thinned rail. How do you get that? A thinned rail? Huh. Well, they got a few cloudoids right around the sun. Sun's over there behind the tree. I don't want to look directly into it. You can see a hidden rail right here. They're getting ready as the sun starts to head into the west. And then you can see the rail connecting there, and then here's where he sputtered his rail all the way through there. Little cloudoid in that southern sector. The rest, the wind picked up and just blown it away. Look at that. Huh, nice, huh? Heard some rumbling. I don't know if you can see this silver bullet or not with no plume. You see him in there? Anyway, we got this guy over here. It looks like an evergreen air blowing his rail. And then I back him off. And we got this guy blowing this rail. If you look by the tree there, you can see his rail. See him back in there. They're getting ready for the sunset. We're on it. Didn't notice this guy either. He's heading right into the western sector. Got a few cloudoids back in that northern sector as we go into the northeast. I don't know if they plan on moving them. There's the sun. No rainbow, but look at this guy over here now. He turned his rail. Can you see him behind there? Oh, dang it, he's gone. Maybe, no, there he is. Look how he kind of turned that a little behind the trees now. God, they've been railing it up all day long, too. Got another one heading into that western sector. Unsymmetrical plume, as you can see. Right side is coming out far less than that left side. You heading into that western sector, where the cloudoids are. It looks like we got a tanker sighting. Look at this. Right on time. I walked outside to catch him. He's inside that plume. Yeah, we're gonna get him. Say, the plume ain't that bad. If it ain't a tanker, I'm sorry, if it's not a tanker, it's a red tail. Because he's got multiple plumes coming out of there. We'll wait till he comes out. Here he comes. There he is. Alright. Let's see what you got, buddy boy. Look at that nasty plume. That looks like a friggin' tanker. Look at the nasty. He may have that center plume as well. I'm gonna wait till he gets overhead. Look at that nasty plume. Come on, really, dude? Look, you might think, oh, that's just a contrail. You saw how dangerous that is. And now we're back on him. Now we can see how really nasty his plume is. It looks like he's got that center plume. He may be shooting 5 plumes out of that thing with that center injector coming off the tail fin. I'm hoping I'm wrong because who knows what's in that plume, but when I get it on the big screen I'll be able to get a better look, but I think he's spraying that middle plume. Wow, what a nasty. Let me back it off so people say, oh look, it's just a contrail. No, now you see the true meaning of what a chemtrail activity really is. Look at that plume come out of that thing. You think that's safe? People who disagree? Come on. Can't let this go. That plume shows you just how nasty. So for the contrail believers out there who still think in contrails, look, that's toxic as hell. Unsymmetrical, completely not normal. We'll show you around here. They're not blocking the sun like they thought that was going to happen. I really thought they were going to start spraying it up tonight. So whatever's back there probably isn't visible tonight, otherwise they'd be spraying. Huh. Panning around, we got a nasty black soot bomb coming this way. Looks like it might turn into a Ufumble. Look at the nice round top on that thing. See how it was once the cloudoid flattened into that. So people say, here's a prime example right here. Look, you still got some fluff on the top, but the rest of the fluff that once was, it's all black. Look how it's all flat, and you still see a little frosting on the cake there, but that's about it. So people need to understand when they think these are real clouds. They're not. These are all going to collapse too. Look how cartoony that looks. I mean, what do you call that thing? Come on. And life goes on, right? Or you hear, it ain't killed me yet. Yeah, look at all that crap. When that all falls on people, oh man. We'll get a shot at the moon just because it's there. Checking out the little identification points there. Still got some trees in the way, but I just want to get that sunset just in case. You can see they're not spraying very much. So they're not going all out to block the sun for whatever reason tonight. But that's the western sector. One last shot of the eastern sector where the backward sunset resides. You can see the soot, see the different discoloration. In a real reality, that should be completely dark blue back there. That's the eastern sky. So with the sun setting in the west, the darker blue should be in the east, which we don't have. That should be a question to be raised. But look at this cloudoid. I wanted to catch it before, but I didn't. But look at it now. Looks like a friggin' monkey or something. Look. Look how cartoony as I zoom in. Look at that. Look at the chunks of soot getting ready to collapse. Look at that. How ugly that is. Ha 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 ha. Well, good night, everybody. Enjoy the soot. Looks like a dog right there, doesn't it? Sitting on his, leaning up, and it looks like he's getting ready to, well, never mind. Have a great night.